Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of July 10th. I'm Terry Morrow and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Catherine and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. This week, we are back with Brothers and Sisters Season 2, and because we just can't get enough of Sally Field, we watched 80 for Brady. 80 for Brady is one of those movies that's inspired by a real-life story. But I got to think that the real-life story was 4 80-year-olds went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Was complete confabulation.
Yes. And also, they showed a picture of the 4 original ladies in the credits. And first of all, their shirts said over 80 for Brady.
That's right.
And
so Sally Field was not a member of that group. She said a bunch of times, I'm only 75.
They did not look like any of these ladies did in this movie. I mean, they were... more power to them, but yeah.
Yeah, so this was pretty much a fairy tale. And fast moving and full of plot and just so the sort of movie you just kind of buckle yourself in and go through the ride. It's like, oh, look at that happening over there. Oh, look at that happening over there. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's Billy Porter. Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Retta. Hi, Retta.
Yes, Retta.
And it was like there was enough people I recognized in these scattered cameos that I knew that the other people playing any part that they interacted with was somebody that I should recognize or somebody is going to recognize. I kept going to IMDb saying, who's that? Who's that? Do I recognize that person? Who is that person? There are many of them I didn't recognize, but clearly they were somebody.
Yeah, I was making liberal use of the mouse over in Amazon Prime.
Oh, you were watching it on Prime. I was watching it in Paramount Plus. I would love to have had that for Prime.
Yeah.
For this movie, because it was just Cameo City.
Yes, it was. I mean, a lot of football players, obviously.
Yes. And so, basically... Tom Brady produces a movie and says, hey, who wants to be in it? And everybody's going, me, over here. I'll do it. We will pay you in football tickets. Who's in?
Right.
But that was fun, too.
Yeah.
All these people. And the 4 central actresses are all delightful and people that we've enjoyed in other things. And, it's fun to see them do this. I have no problems. Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from start to finish, oh, look, there's Billy Porter. Oh, here, take this candy. Like, no one thinks, oh, this is an edible,
They haven't been watching much TV because I think we've seen that plot 3 or 4 times so far.
Yes. Even the storyline with Sally Field's character and her husband, who's, being very, very needy. And she eventually just shuts him down and he's fine.
Yes.
Okay, that is the biggest fantasy of this whole thing. He's just oh, you're right. Okay, bye. Enjoy your football game.
Yes, it was all very much a fantasy.
Yes.
But, I'll watch fantasies, especially if it's a fantasy involving ladies of a more advanced age than usually get a fantasy movie. So,
right.
Sure. How many hot wings did Sally eat? Sure. How much money did Rita Moreno win at the poker table? Sure. Mm-hmm. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yes, and
it's all just like, how do we fix this problem? Oh, here's how we do that. Like, I got it. No problem, guys.
It's like,
I got it figured out.
the moment she puts the tickets in her fanny pack that she doesn't want to call a fanny pack,
right?
That she's gonna lose them, and you see them put her down. Oh no, she's lost them. Oh, she gets it back. Oh, they're fake tickets. Oh, somebody else lets them in. Yeah. So, charming, fine. A decent way to spend an evening. I enjoyed it, but, inspired by a true story. Inspired by somebody's fanfic. It's just like that was a plot point in the movie. Yes, too. That's true. That's true. Definitely, it had a fanfic feel to it for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's like saying, the Wizard of Oz was inspired by a tornado I went through one day. So. And I thought, what if? It's almost like this house is going to be picked up and dumped somewhere. Right. That's what it feels like. Oh, well. Good for all of them for being game. Yes. And I did not appreciate the, attempt to fake out at the end. Yeah. Did you really, though, for a second feel like? I didn't, but I was like, I know this is what they're doing, and it makes me mad. Yes, that's right. It was just like on Ted Lasso when they made you think that Ted and Rebecca had slept together. We know you didn't do that. Don't even start. Yeah. This is not the movie that ends with her being dead. So, I'm sorry. Spoiler. Yeah. If you can get 5 minutes into this movie and think that's how it's going to end, well, then you deserve to be spoiled. But, yeah. But, and the guy from the senior home is there at the end, and the daughter is there. Yep, Sarah Gilbert. Mm-hmm. Nice to see. This is one of those movies where you see cameo appearances, and you go, oh, nice to see you there. Hi. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen you in a while. You look good. Right. So... And really, honestly, not a bad way to spend an evening. Yeah. So if you... Judging by the circulation it gets at my library. Yeah. Lots of people are enjoying this movie. Lots of people in the cohort of those who rent DVDs from the library love this movie. I think that's a strong sector for this movie. Yes, I do too. I mean, I thought about it, and then I was like, do I have a DVD player? I don't think so. I have two. Neither one of them works. So, actually, I do have a thing I can plug into my computer, so I could still watch DVDs that way, although I haven't tried it in a while, so who knows. Yeah, I think we have one of those somewhere, too. Yeah. Can you still, buy a VCR? I want to, buy a VCR just to check if some tapes I have are... good, but I don't think you can even buy one anymore. I think they're just, Grandma, go ask your kid to buy you some DVDs and show you how to use them. Even though I think there's services where streaming. There's probably services that you can send your tapes and there are get them converted. My problem is I'm not sure which tape has the thing I want to save. Right. And also the thing that has a tape stuff I want to save also has TV shows on the end because somebody taped over. So I need to tell them, you can stop when the adorable pictures of children in an orphanage are done. You do not include the copyrighted material. Right. But then they have to watch it. So I don't know. It's complicated. Right. Anyway, 80 for Brady. If what we have described sounds like something you would enjoy, you will definitely enjoy it. If it sounds like an evening in hell, there's many, many movies for you. Right. There are not that many movies for people who think they would enjoy this. So. Not a big draw for movies with 4 actresses of a certain age. Yeah. And but you get Tom Brady and Gronk. Only 2 of them actually in their 80s. So Sally Field's younger, Rita Moreno's older. And gosh, does she look good. She's like 91. Holy cow. Yeah. So good for them. Mm-hmm. And life is so much more complicated on Brothers and Sisters. Things do not go their way. They really don't. Although Robert did pull out the election, the Michigan primary.
Right. And Sarah discovers, a cheering section of people at the gay bar, at the gay karaoke bar.
That's true. Why has she never thought to go there before?
Right.
And Kevin finds a way to be adorable in a pathetic sort of way to make Scotty's friends like him. So,
right.
But, and Sarah and Graham predictably hook up. Mm-hmm. I had no memory whatsoever of Steven Weber being in this show. So my advice would be don't get too invested in him.
Right. How about Enrico Colantonio?
Oh, yeah, I put on my notes, Enrico Colantonio, hi!
Joining our cast of, hey, look who it is, our brothers.
How come he didn't get into 80 for Brady? He totally could have been like selling beer at the stadium.
Right.
Call your agent, man. But yes, I was so happy to see him.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I jumped on. I stepped on your discussion of Steven Weber, but I think
that's okay.
I would agree that don't get to it.
Yeah, there's just not much to say. You kind of know.
Yes.
So,
whenever someone's brought in, like, hey, he's just going to come and help out with the business, it's just like, hey, we need a little bit of plot for a little bit, and then we're going to ditch it.
Yes. But people will be interested because it's that guest star.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, and, we're sure at this point that Isaac and Nora are going to be a couple forever, right? I'm sure he's going to stick around for 6 seasons.
Yes. He's another, mercenary, just like Steven Weber's character. So
that's right. But let's see. Rebecca bonding with David.
Yeah, just
really, really would like for him to be her father. Come on, mom.
Right.
Could it be this guy who has the same interest as me and not a dead guy? Could that happen?
Right.
Come on. And she's, oh, no, absolutely not. No way, no possible, not possible.
Do you remember Ken Olin sticking around?
I do. Well, I don't remember if he sticks around, but I do remember him being part of this. And he's involved in the production of the show. Too.
Yeah.
He did a lot of the directing. So it's easy to get him. It's like,
right.
Hey, dude, while you're here, could you play this disheveled fellow? Don't even have to go to hair and makeup. It's great. You just walk on in. And it's all good.
Yeah.
But I very much enjoyed that opening scene where I guess Rebecca was helping to cook something and they were talking about how Nora was trying to get her interested in career things. And, Rebecca says that, her mom's always doing that. Like she's an aimless loser. And Justin says, aimless loser is my job.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah. The boy has some self-awareness.
That's what
so
he's
much
learning.
In common, Rebecca and Justin. So sad that they're brother and sister, because they're not. But let's see, we had...
Who else have we not talked about? Tommy and Julia, but there wasn't.
There was no Tommy and Julia.
Yeah, there wasn't anything. They
were not there, and neither was Lena, and that's excellent.
Yes.
No news is good news from that quarter of the show.
Right.
And Justin, I think, was only in that one scene.
Yeah, I think so.
But Rebecca's definitely curious, and Sarah is now divorced and sort of, well, not dating yet, but has a romantic possibility.
Yes.
Kevin is humiliating himself for love, which good for him. Jason is back in town to get mad at Robert for having Isaac on his staff. What was Travis doing, by the way? Travis?
Yeah.
Was he, knowingly stirring the
just
pot?
Spilling the beans.
Have no idea? Even if he knew, why would he bring it up?
Right, exactly. And in such an awkward,
yeah.
I need this fact to be shared, so I'm going to just...
It almost seemed like he was doing it to make trouble, but I don't know why he would.
Right.
So...
Well, because Isaac's kind of overruling him a lot, maybe.
Could be. Yeah, that would be a motivation, I would believe, from Travis.
To me, it just seemed like he was being used for the plot.
Yes.
And it was very awkward the way they made him say it.
It was, definitely. And Kitty is hanging out in the hotel room with Robert's sick kids.
Right.
So fun. And
who, of course, respond once she gets serious and yells at them, you know?
You know, haven't you found that the best way to get kids to love you is to yell at them? I think that's universally accepted, you know?
Right.
Lose your bleep and yell at them, and then they will... Oh,
then they will accept you as their stepmother. Mm.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes, I'm pretty sure.
So I think that's well documented in popular culture.
Oh, dear.
So he won the Michigan primary, even though the governor of Michigan is hedging his bets.
Right.
But, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't super clear what he actually did to win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have some big triumphant, like... I mean, he brought out the kids and showed off the kids.
He was on all the local news.
Right.
So those people who were getting ready to vote saw him in the local news and said, wow, he's handsome. I'm going to go vote
handsome.
for him.
He seems like he would make a good president because he's easy on the eyes. Let's
Absolutely.
do it.
We could do worse. But,
That's right.
So that presidential storyline limps along for a while longer.
Mm-hmm.
But, so what were our compromises here? The title was Compromises.
Yeah, good question.
It wasn't something that was powing us in the face with compromises.
No.
I guess Robert compromised to have Isaac on his staff. And
Which started before this episode.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then, I don't know.
It doesn't hop out at me. I guess Kevin compromised by singing bad karaoke.
Right, because he said he wasn't a karaoke person.
I will sing karaoke to charm your friends, but I'm not going to do it well. I'm going to be super drunk and pathetic.
Right.
But, you know, it's a compromise. Do we believe there was some compromise in Sarah and Graham? That's like a little insulting either way, but...
right.
or Saul and Milo / Enrico Colantoni. Were there compromises there? I don't know.
Yeah.
They were short on a title, and they said, just come up with a single word that we can use. It's
right.
fine. No matter what word you come up with, there's something to do with this episode.
Right.
So, oh well. We will just compromise with the show and say, it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. Everything is fine. Next week on Brothers and Sisters, Season 2, Episode 13, the title is Separation Anxiety. Mm-hmm. That would have even maybe been better for this one, but okay.
Yeah.
And then the after party is back for Season 2. You remember the after party that we talked about a while ago and enjoyed very much? So we are going to check it out. Season 2, Episode 1 is called Anik, the Sequel. And Episode 2 is also dropping on July 12th. It's called Grace. As you will recall, last season, each episode was named after one of the characters and told through that character's point of view. So it appears they are continuing to do that.
And I think the main returning people are Sam Richardson as Anik, Tiffany Haddish as the detective,
right.
And then I think, I forgot her name, but who plays Zoe, who was starting a relationship with Anik.
Right. So we will watch those first 2 episodes, which are dropping on July 12th. And then after that, it will be once a week on Wednesdays for a total of 10 episodes. So we will probably be doing the one from the week before, right before you watch the new one.
Right. We like to provide this service to you to help you prepare for the next one.
It's like, remember that episode here? Let us go over it with you so that you'll know for sure when you watch it, like at midnight or 10 o'clock or whatever time it drops on
Right.
Tuesday to say that it's on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that new show watch, we will be launching into a new format and new segments next week on these Tuesday episodes, so you won't want to miss any of that. We don't even quite know what they are yet as we're recording this, but they will be new, and they will
You'll
be bright.
find out.
There will be no compromises. There will be only there'll be no separation anxiety. There'll be a little separation anxiety. Anyway. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Goodbye, Catherine.
Bye, Terry.
Goodbye, everybody.